All right, we are live. And I'm going to do my best to bring on Jen Springer because we're going to be talking about more training on the CBD launch and how you can take advantage of that as it's about to come to happen here at the convention here in a few more days. And I know some of you are going, but many of you are not. So I don't see Jen. First off, I don't see Jen in there. I'm going to wait a few seconds to make sure Jen's on here and see if I can add her live. If not, I believe I'm just going to rock because I've got a game plan for you. A simple, quick game plan that you can do on how to relaunch, reset your business with this new launch of the CBD product. But really, you could do it with any product within Young Living, or you could do it for the business aspect of it. So I'm excited to be sharing that with you today. Here it is right here. Oh, you can't look. Don't look yet. By the way, if you're watching the replay of this, put in hashtag replay or put your favorite emoji in there. Maybe let me know what city or state that you live in, or province or country if you're out of the country. And I'm going to, I don't see at all, Jen, where I can add you, by the way. I do not see where I can add you here. Okay, I'm going to text Jen and then I'm going to rock and roll. So make sure you got your pen and paper handy, or you could watch the replay of this. And I'm going to just give it a few more seconds. So we're going to see if Jen can pop on. Otherwise, we're going to rock and roll, I believe. All right. I'm going to go until Jen texts me another plan, okay? Good to see you, Rhonda. Good to see you, Bridget. Welcome, welcome, everybody. And by the way, again, if you're coming in live, let me know that you're on here live with me. If you're watching the replay, let me know that you're on the replay, okay? But I'm going to go through what I would do, some more training on how to relaunch or how to launch officially your business for Young Living, specifically around CBD. Because I heard, and again, I'm going to say it this way, I heard there's a good chance that they're coming out with a CBD product, and I'm going to give you some ideas. If they are coming out with that, what I would do to kind of have a relaunch mindset for your business. So I'm going to call Jen, and then we're going to go ahead and get rocking and rolling. Bridget, good to see you. All right, Jen, I'm on live. Do you want me to just rock it and do the training, or you want to just try to reset in Zoom or something else, or be live? Okay, I'm going to rock it, and then we could prepare for Monday and do something, go through the rest of the third part of the training.
Okay.
All right, so let me go ahead and rock and roll real quick. And by the way, for those of you that I'm going to go through 3 major nuggets right now, and I'm just going to dive into it. The first thing I want to share with you is the most important aspect of growing your business the right way. And I've got to say this as quick as I can. And I promise you what I'm about to say is more important than the words. It's more important than the steps. It's more important than understanding the ingredients and what the new CBD is going to be about. It's more important than the logistics or strategy. I promise you, after 25 years of experience in building multiple teams and making multiple high 6-figure, 7-figure income over many, many, many years, I know this to be the number one most important thing. And this is it. Number one, you've got to have a reset mindset. Unless you're in momentum, unless you're actively bringing in the right amount of customers, members, as well as builders, unless you're breaking rank at record-breaking pace right now, then you most likely are amongst the 99.99% of everybody, not just within Young Living, but pretty much within our entire industry. And what a reset looks like is you're not thinking about the past failure or success. You're not wondering if you can do it or if you can't. You're not wondering if you have what it takes, if you're not a salesperson. You're not sabotaging, thinking that you're too shy or too this or too that. You're not thinking that all your friends already know about Young Living. You're not thinking about all the mistakes that you've made. You're not worrying about you're not making enough money. So why should you have the authority or leadership ability or credibility to go talk to someone new about your new launch, right? all those things that swirl around in the head, and I could probably spend another hour just going through what I hear every single day. You've got to take all of that, I'm going to call it junk. Just, you see it here, by the way? It's right here. You got to take all that junk and go like this, package it, squish it, put it on your feet, stop it down a little bit, go back, pick it back up, and then throw it in the toilet, right? Flush, okay? You got to do that. I know. You're like, get to the dang steps, Tom. I promise you this is the steps. Okay, so this is number one. Number one, you've got to believe that that you are part of the greatest company that does over $1 billion in sales. You've got one of the greatest trainers in Jen Springer and your upline and your leaders. There's so many people here in this community in the Diamond Factory, yet alone, as well as the Young Living family. So you've got a great timing of a market right now to be a part of literally one of the hottest trends in the world right now. And you all know when Young Living does something, they don't do it second best, third best, fourth best. They don't cut corners with synthetics, with cheap fillers, with ingredients that are suspect just so people can make more commission. They come up with the best products of the best high quality, non-toxic type, as natural as you could possibly get it, as wildcraft as you can possibly, as well as you possibly can get it. So you got to believe that the income opportunity, the product opportunity, and everything else with Young Living is there. And if you've not had success yet, it's okay, because today is a new day. So that's number one, is to just have a fresh new perspective on what's possible. Because if you drag in the past, there's nothing I can say. I can't train. There's no one that's going to train you on the steps if you're still stuck in the head. If you're still stuck in a comfort zone, or thinking or analyzing or being over analytically thinking about things, worrying about things, you've got to have that fresh. Okay, are we ready? So here's what I want you to do. Done. Reset, right? I wish it was that simple, but it could be for you, depending on how hungry you are for a transition. But let's get into number two. Number two is strategy. You need to pick your strategy. And you need to pick your strategy. Now, in every successful operation daily of every friend or every leader that's made 7 figures in this industry, they usually only focus on a maximum of about 3 things to do when you launch your business. So I want you to pick your 3 things that you want to do from this moment on. Now, what I'm talking about is a launch strategy. And there's many, as you've heard this analogy, there's many different ways to skin a cat. But you don't want to try to learn all the different ways to build your Young Living business. You want to become the most simple, borderline boring, and what I mean by boring is that you learn, if you want to have more fun, if you want to have more freedom, if you want to have more rank advancement, if you want to have more income, you've got to become like a amazingly fun, simple, broken record, meaning you pick your lane, you get focused on doing one simple strategy, and every strategy that I'm going to give you right now, is a multiple proven 7-figure strategy. How do I know? I train, I interview, I learn from, I go to seminars, and I found what is really BS in network marketing right now and what is really hardcore working. What are the 3 most effective things that are working in our industry? And I'm going to tell you right now, because this is a sabotage belief system. If you think that, oh, it's different at Young Living because our company is more this, or Young Living's more this, I'm going to tell you right now, that's only a perception in you. It's only a perception, maybe what instilled in your upline, that instilled in her upline or his, that instilled over the last year of seeing one lens or one perspective of the way that you think Young Living builds. It's been maybe a 5-year thing. It's been a culture that's been rippling for 10 or 25 years, ever since the beginning of time with Young Living. But I promise you that the system, the strategy that I'm going to teach you right now is time tested if you are in this industry. And you got to let me know if you're in this industry. an industry where you get paid to share products and you get paid when people join your business and they share products. If that's Young Living, which by the way it is, by the way, it's called the ability to earn income on multiple tiers of amazing people that rise up and duplicate over time, right? If that's the industry that you're in, I'm not going to go through the debate anymore of, well, Tom doesn't know our culture. Tom, I do. I've been working with Jen Springer and many platinums, many diamonds, many people, brand new stars and executives and Royal Crown diamonds, a few of them, and golds, and right, all different levels, from people struggling to people having success, from people like you that are at a certain rank, but you've gone backwards, or at the very best you've plateaued. And it doesn't have to be that way. Many of you should be in a launch strategy on a daily, monthly, hourly basis, because it's the simplest way to build. So pick your strategy is number 2, and launch number 1, and this is an option. Option number 1 is this. It is what's called the ATM method, right? The ATM method. I've been studying Tanya Liza and John Melton and Michelle Barnes and many friends, Justin Prince, who are all friends of mine, people that I know really well, many of them, that I've interviewed, many of them, and I've gone to seminars where my wife and I were the keynote speaker for them, and they do anywhere of an average of a few $100,000 a month in volume, to a few of them did over 40 million in volume. And what do they do? And what is rippled around the network marketing industry as one of the newest ways to do it. Now, I want to preface this. This is one way, one strategy that you can say, that's mine. Or one strategy that you could say, you know what? I'm going to take it and not pick that one strategy. But let me tell you what it is. It's where you add friends or people that you made on Facebook, or people that you made on Instagram, or people that you meet on LinkedIn, or wherever. It really doesn't matter. You add them to your Facebook group on Young Living or CBD, if you start a CBD group. And I would only start a group if you know how to keep momentum in a group, if you know how to develop good content in a group, if you know how to really love and recognize people, and you have the time, the psychology, and the energy to be able to do that. That's when I would start a group from scratch. If you are someone who knows how to get a little bit of momentum, it's kind of like if you know how to start a bonfire, but more importantly, you know how to keep the logs going 24 hours a day, that's when you start a Facebook group. If you don't have one, maybe collaborate with a bunch of people on your team, upline, crossline, meet people on Facebook group. When you're at convention, find the sharpest, preferably golds or above, platinums preferably or above, and say, hey, if I start a group and I help manage it, would you help contribute and be an admin? So anyways, that's a whole nother strategy that we can go into more depth, but it's called the ATM method, where you add people to a Facebook group. The Facebook group's job is to warm up a cold prospect, or maybe even a relationship that you already have. It's to have videos in there where people can get to know Young Living, get to know the new CBD launch, get to know the testimonials. It's gonna get to know, and they're like, oh, this is pretty cool. Look at all these people in here. Wow, look at all the comments. And it's a great way to warm the prospect up. It's part of the exposure sales process, so you don't have to be the salesperson. Let the group do a lot of the heavy lifting for you. So then you add them to the group, and then you tag them to the best message, which is a presentation that you can find for Young Living. Okay, so you message. I have some. If you're a world changer as part of our training community, specifically around Young Living, I have presentations that are not on trial that I know work. I enrolled over 25 people in 1 month using the psychology of my presentations. Now, it may be new to you. You may not understand the psychology of my presentations because you're used to just sharing oils, doing make and takes, doing classes. But I know my presentations are really good for getting customers and getting members. I know they are. Now, it doesn't mean that you just throw my presentation to someone. You just say, hey, check out this presentation, and they're automatically going to sign up. It means that it's going to do some of some of the heavy lifting for you and the psychology of the process of the 3 things that I do to teach you how to enroll more people, okay? So again, number 1, add them to a add them to a Facebook group, tag them, means put their name next to the video, and then you message them and say, hey, did you watch the video? Hey, did you see the video yet? Hey, let's reconnect again. What did you like most about it? And then you start the closing or the nurturing that leads to the getting them as a customer in the new CBD, or leads them to being a part of the new revolution, the new movement with Young Living around the CBD offer, okay? So that's launch number 1. It's where you add people that you know or don't know to a Facebook group that does a lot of the selling with the presentations that are in there, and then you message them and follow up and follow up and follow up until they enroll, if the timing is right, which it's not always the timing, but when the timing's right for the right person and you've done your job based on how well you know how to connect and how well you know how to share that message and how well you know how to follow up. Those are the 3 most important things that I can teach you if you're not great at enrolling members on ER and or business builders that become members as well, of course, okay? So launch number 2 is where you invite people to a online class, okay? And you could use that through Facebook. There's invite parties, and then you get them started the same way. But it's just a short-term party that you do, just like a class locally. You do an online party where you invite people to a class online, and you get them started as a launch. My wife did this last week. She's launching a new fitness line like Lululemon, and she got hundreds of moms to join a 3-day class. It was like a perpetual 3-day cycle of people getting to know the product line, getting to know what she's doing, and she did thousands of dollars of sales from that 3-day online launch. Okay, and I'll share with you how we can break that down and do a little bit more training on that here in a minute. Okay, but that's one strategy that you can pick right now. Number 3 is the classic one that I used to enroll 500 people in 1 year that turned into 40,000 people in less than 2 years. Active distributors, by the way, active builders, by the way, that helped Kim and I, my wife and I, become the #1 income earner of our company. How did we do it? We did it by connecting, number 1, with people online and offline. We shared a video, like, hey, if I send you a video, will you check it out? We texted it to them or sent them to the link directly. We called them back and we enrolled them. That's the simplest way to build a launch strategy using this thing right here. Literally, this is all you need. You don't have to meet locally unless you want to. You don't have to do a class unless you want to. You don't have to do it any other way unless you want to. This is my favorite proven method that I've always used for the last many years. Recently, we've been doing a little bit of the online classes too, presentations, as well as the ATM, adding people to a group. So all 3 of these methods I'm doing, but for you, I would strongly recommend picking maybe 1 or 2 at the most, okay? So that's the strategy. And again, the whole key to any method that you're doing, let's say you're doing local classes, you can re-invite the world, all your customers, all your members, all your neighbors, all your friends. I mean, if you truly believe this was Young Living works, if you truly believe that this new product's going to work, if you truly believed in everything that's going to work like never before, and now is the right timing, you'd want to pack out your home if that's your method. So that could be strategy number 4, by the way. It could be doing a regular class, but restructuring the way that classes have been done in Young Living a little bit. I believe there needs to be a little bit of refinement on the traditional class of Young Living, because it still works, by the way, but there's some refinement that needs to happen so you can enroll more people in those classes and upgrade them to the business immediately, and more importantly, get them to launch right there from that class that you did. If your classes are not doing that, you need to learn how to do a better class, okay? You need to learn how to get more proactive in those classes. All right, so the last thing I'm gonna share in wrapping up this session right here of training, we're gonna be doing another more in-depth, maybe Q&A on Monday, where we go through the last part of the launch strategy. But number 3 is this. You gotta have faith You got to have faith like you know it's going to work. And I kind of talked about that already. You got to have faith that it's the best product. You got to have faith that Young Living is the best business. You got to have faith. And here's the most important thing, in you. Without you, a launch doesn't work as well. And again, the only way to have that faith in you is just to believe that you can do it no matter what your personality is. And if you really want to win, you want to go silver and gold and platinum and diamond, you really want to change your life financially and help more people get the CBD products and the oils and the non-toxic products in families' homes around the country and around the world, then you've got to reach that point of that decision that you make right now. Hopefully it's right now, where you're like, I'm in. And if it's not working for you, if these three simple strategies are not working for you, it's not because these three things don't work. And I mean that with love. It means that you don't know how to work it yet. It means that you're over talking, you're over explaining, you have fear swirling around your head and it's coming right through your voice into the person's ear. And they have a hard time saying yes with you because they can feel your gas is on by your talking, but your brakes are on with your intention or your heart, right? And that's not easy to overcome in 5 seconds, but it does take making a commitment that to have that faith as much as you can, that you're going to get really good at connecting with people, sharing messages, and really good at enrolling people, okay? So I'm going to give you a link right now. In fact, if someone can type this in right now, and by the way, if you're watching here towards the end of this, I want to please let us know that you're here. If there's anybody that you would like to, that you care about in Young Living, put their name, tag their name. Get good at tagging the name. How you tag a name in a Facebook group or in a live stream or replay, if you're watching the replay, is you just go into the comments and tag them and put comma, tag someone else's name, and they'll get a notification that you cared about them, to teach them and to help them get some nuggets. Like I'm sharing 25 years of experience of how my wife and I, when we launch a business, let me give you some perspective of this. Every time we launch, when we're doing a business like this, we launch doing 100,000 a month in volume, usually within our first month, for sure within 90 days. 100,000, and that's 100,000 like what's in Young Living, like OGV, when we're building this as our full-time income stream. And we usually get to 250,000 in volume within 4 to 6 months, for sure within 9 months. And our goal is $1 million within 12 to 14 months, $1 million a month in volume. Why? Because we just learned how to compress time frames and work with people and not just enroll a member, not just get them on ER, but launch them where they're tapping into they're taprooting into their people that they care about and doing the same thing. And if they don't do it, the next day I'm working with someone else to do it. And if they don't do it, I'm working the next day and get someone else to do it. If no one does anything in a week, which is possible even for me, if no one does these three simple things, and by the way, out of 40,000 people, I think I only had about 15, 20 six-figure earners. So not everybody really launches the way that it's possible. If you want to go in extreme depth, I'm going to be breaking down the 3 different launch strategies specifically and custom for Young Living. And we're going to be talking about this a little bit more. We're going to do more in depth on Monday. You want to be there. Monday is going to be a free training. But if you want to go deeper with me and Jen, specifically for Young Living, I will do a breakdown of how I do at least 2 of these launch strategies, but you got to become a world changer. Start it for $1. You want to go to this website right now, and you want all access to my presentations for Young Living Custom, go to YL Start Now. And if someone can type that in the comments right there as well, it's YL Start now.com, ylstartnow.com. There's hundreds of people in Young Living that are going through very strategic mentoring with me right now. Again, it's only $1 to experience it for 10 days, and then it's only $27 a month. There's no contract. If you don't like me, you think I'm weird, you can cancel it, but I know how to help you build a business. I know it. I help thousands of different people over the years, hundreds of different companies, and I can help you as well. Monday, make sure you tell everybody, and I would just tag them right now. I would message them for the big launch that we're going to be doing. We're going to be going into more depth with Jen Springer on Monday, the Monday night call at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, 5 p.m., 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And thank you for typing in that in, Jen. It's ylstartnow.com. Jen Springer's in here. Good to see you, Hillary. Christine Brock, she says it's worth it. Christine is a world changer with us. She's a world changer 3. So become a world changer, but also more importantly, tell everybody that you care about to watch this, but be there on Monday. We go in a little bit more depth on how to really launch your business the right way. Okay, Jen, thank you for having me come on. Sorry about the technical details. Jen was supposed to be on here as well with me, interview style, but weren't able to do that. But hopefully Monday we'll be able to get that technology ready to rock and roll. Good job, Hillary, sharing it. I see that. And I'm going to go back and comment to every single one of you that stepped up and learned how to tag people or that shared this this message, because it's the same way you do it when you prospect new people, except not for this message for prospects, but for for new people. Heck, who knows? This might be a good one for prospects too. This actually might be a great one for people that you care about to do the business, but we'll create one for that specifically as well here soon. All right, thank you, Jen Springer. Thank you, everybody, for being on here live as well as the recording of that. And I will see you guys on Monday. God bless you.